Okay, so we were studying pteridophytes as the first terrestrial vascular plants, isn't it? The moment I say vascular plant, that moment what appears in the anatomy of the stem? Stele. What do we mean by stele? Stele is a central pillar-like structure. At the center of the stem. If this is the outline of the stem, I see stele at the core. What is stele made up of? Stele is made up of vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. The stele at times shows a central supporting tissue called as pith. So this is the outline of the stem. This is the stele, and again I see the central pith. So this becomes stem. Within the stem I have stele made up of vascular tissues. Within the stele I see pith. Not every stele has a pith. So protostele is without pith, and siphonostele is the second type is called as siphonostele, and this is with pith. Siphono means tube, because centrally the pith appears within the stele in the form of a tube. This is the stele. Then I see pith. So this is siphonostele, a stele with a pith in the form of a tube at the center. So just we will see what are the differences of the protostele from the siphonostele. Definition: protostele is a type of stele that consists of solid core of vascular tissue without a central pith. If it is proto, then I don't see a pith. The entire stele will be vascular tissues only. Whereas siphonostele is a type of stele that contains a central pith and cylindrical vascular tissue surrounding the pith. Within the vascular tissues, I see something else in the siphonostele, which we are calling it as pith. Central pith is absent, central pith is present. Solid core of xylem tissue. It is completely, the stele is solid core of xylem and phloem. Whereas within that I see pith in case of siphonostele. I am drawing only stele, I am not drawing the stem. And primitive vascular plants does see protostele, as the name itself says, primitive stele, and present in flowering plants and most ferns. Either I see them in highly evolved plants and also in some forms. Then the three types are haplostele, actinostele and plectostele, and the types are solenostele, dictostele and eustele. Location of the vascular tissue. Vascular tissue is at the center, forming the center, whereas I have it pith first, then I have vascular tissues, then I have this outline of the stem. So these are the differences between two types of stele, that is protostele and siphonostele, where without pith and with pith is the same point.